All right, so I am on site here of the Virginia's first 3D printed house. As you can see behind me there, the printer head is coming down the line. And we have Alquist here, and what's your name?
Zach.
Zach with Alquist to answer some questions. So one of the questions we get is insulation. So how do you insulate the inside of the walls?
So this home, we've got an 8-inch cavity between the two whites that we're going to be using spray foam inside there. Eventually we're going to be using different materials, more recycled materials as we go. For now it's just cellulose spray foam.
Cool. And how quickly does this machine print? How many, what is it, feet per minute or meters per minute?
Well, we judge it by layer time. And so the layer time, if we're operating smoothly, is anywhere from 6 to 8 minutes around.
Okay.
So if we're operating with no concerns, and if this wasn't our first home, we can probably do the entire home in about 20 hours.
Awesome. And so Alquist, so are you guys going to build concrete houses for people?
Yes.
All right, and what's your territory?
All over. So
Anywhere in the country?
Anywhere in the country.
So you just pick up the machinery, the printer, and just relocate it in the
That's
batch
right.
plant and all that?
That's right. There's
Yeah.
3 states we're going to be printing in over the next year. That's here, obviously, in Virginia, a lot more in Virginia, Iowa, and Oregon.
Okay. Are you working for general contractors, like as a subcontractor, or are you the general contractor?
We both.
Okay.
So in this one, we're partnering with the general contractor, their RMT Construction. Other times we'll be a sub to the GC, other times the GC will be a sub to us.
Okay, cool. So a homeowner or a developer could hire you guys directly, or they could work with you through their general contractor.
That's right.
Yeah, that's awesome. So what challenges have you faced so far? I guess this is your first one, right?
Well, this is our first one, and also this is the only machine like this in the world. This is the 2.5. We have the only one.
Oh, wow.
So there were a lot of technical and software concerns over the first 3 weeks. We got past that. Now that it's operating smoothly. The other major concern is really heat. As it approaches 90 degrees, it gets very challenging to print. So we've had 7 a.m. start days, print as long as we can until it just gets too hot. So we're looking into a weatherization system, tenting and misting system to go over the whole tent probably next year.
Yeah, and I guess in the winter you'd have the same constraints in terms of low temperatures.
That's right.
Yeah. What temperature range is the lowest that you could?
Well, we don't know about the lowest. We're guessing about
40 degrees.
But an ideal is 60 to 70 would be perfect.
So how about the slab? Is that just poured, or
That's
is that
poured, yeah.
printed as well?
That's poured. Yeah,
Okay.
There's no cost savings in printing the slab. It's pouring it is much more effective.
Okay. What if you want a crawl space or something like that? How does
You can
that?
do it. You can just raise it up. I mean, what we're saying is, the reason why people want basements, as a lot of people have asked for, they want basements for shelter or for more space. Shelter is not a concern. It's a concrete house. But more space, it's much more equitable to add 500 square feet to the home,
Right.
because that's about 90 more minutes of print time, as opposed to $20,000 to $30,000 to build a basement.
Okay. So if I want a basement, we pour the slab, we print the exterior walls. What's the floor level for the first floor? And then do you print, walls on top of that?
We can print walls on top of that, so we'll be printing. Our next purchase is going to be a 3-story printer, so we'll be able to go up multiple stories for multifamily. So it'll be slab, walls, slab, walls.
Okay, so you would just pour slab, kind of like a commercial
That's right.
concrete floor.
And we'll have a bond beam. We're doing a bond beam in this house as well.
Awesome. So what about energy efficiency, carbon footprint, stuff like that? I know a lot of people have talked about concrete may or may not have the best carbon footprint, but
Well, it's certainly better than stick built.
Right.
That's for sure. We don't, concrete's great, but it's far from the most environmentally friendly. I can tell you with this home and the homes we're going to do over the next year, they're thermally broken. So we're going to have cost savings of at least 50% on all utilities. We know that at least it's going to have an R value of over 25. So it's very, very efficient in terms of operating the home. It's going to lower your costs. Carbon footprint's better than stick built for a lot of reasons. The biggest one is we have very little waste. As you can see from the job site, we don't have a lot of waste.
yeah.
That's purposeful. But what we're going to get into over the next 2 years, we're experimenting with other types of mixtures, using more recycled materials. We're looking strongly into hemp and seeing how we can make a more efficient environmental home.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, I know with the mixes, there's a lot of recyclable materials that people are using and experimenting with. So now what about the roof structure? Are you going to pour roof structures, or are you going stick frame or trusses?
This one is a truss. I believe all the ones we'll do this year are going to be a truss. Eventually, in 22, we want to print the roofs.
Yeah.
So we can print roofs. It's been done before. We're going to take it slow. Not really ready for that just yet.
Yeah, and I know in a lot of areas where you do a flat roof structure, it'd be a lot more conducive to, just like you're printing, doing the floor, you just pour or print the roof out.
That's right.
Yeah, yeah, that's awesome. My arm's getting tired holding this camera here. Well, great. Well, I appreciate you taking a few minutes out and just kind of
Sure.
explaining the process here. I've got a lot of followers from all over the world that
great.
are, really interested in this technique and process. I know it's something I want to use in my business down the road once it becomes a thing. Where is your next project? Do you have one in mind?
Yes, we have here in Virginia. We're going to be going in August down to Williamsburg. We're doing a home for Habitat for Humanity.
Awesome.
Then we're going to go to Exmoor, Virginia. Our mission is rural America, so we're going to be doing small communities. In Exmoor, we're going to attempt the first ever 3D village in America.
Oh, wow.
5 homes in 1 block. And then we're going to go to Iowa, where I'm based, to do a couple homes out there.
Wow, very, very interesting. Well, I appreciate you taking a few minutes out, and we'll see you on the next video.
Sure.